Hey everyone! Well, this has been a long time since I've posted anything on my YouTube channel, and I thought I'd give it another go, now and then, just dabble in it a little bit. And so for my first video being back, I thought I would do a bookshelf tour of my small West Elm bookshelf over here. I've posted a few pictures of it on my Instagram, specifically at night or first thing in the morning, when it is incredibly cozy. I have my little space, I have my IKEA chair over here. It's really cozy. And in a small apartment like what I have right now, I'm very lucky to have kind of carved out a little small reading area for me. And at night, with the twinkle lights on it, it is so, so wonderful. So we'll kind of delve into what I got going on here. There's not much. I'll kind of address why there's not much and maybe in another video. But yeah, let's get started. So as you can see on my bookshelf, I also use it to display tchotchkes, things like that, things that maybe I don't necessarily want over by my television. I've kind of turned it into both a display case as well as a bookshelf. So for display items, I have this fan up at the top and this one down here, and I have another one somewhere else. They are displayed, but they're also practical. I can grab them when it's very hot outside. They were my grandparents that I traveled with in the past, and that they had traveled with and purchased abroad many, many years ago. I have some candles or candle votive holders, which a little bit messy. I love these ones. I think these ones are so gorgeous because they really twinkle at night. But I put them out in different places, and I kind of just stored them here. They've been moved around recently a little bit. As you'll see, I have bookshelves with bookmarks kind of on them and hidden, so you can't entirely see them because I don't really know where to store my bookmarks currently. So that's a work in progress. I have a little clown over here. I don't like clowns. I'm terrified of clowns. But this was my mother's, I don't really know the history of it, but she gifted it to me. And so of course, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get rid of that. I have this little flamingo. It was once a snow globe. Unfortunately, it has since shattered, but it was from a trip in the past that I keep for memento's sake. I have a copy of the Quran. I can't read it or anything, but it is such a beautiful, gorgeous copy. I mean, I can do a video on that at another time, but it's beautifully illustrated. I love the color of it. So now and then I circulate some older books kind of to be like the main display piece. I have like other little bits and pieces. I have my brooch for my Scottish family clan. I have a cool little toy that I had gotten, and just other little bits and pieces. Down here, I have a bit of the iceberg used on the James Cameron's Titanic, the movie. This really gorgeous phone, which does work, and the only reason I don't use it is pretty much because it makes my heart leave my chest every single time it rings because it's very, very loud. And I just use it kind of as a little bit of a display location. As for books, let me just move this out of the way. So my top shelf is pretty much all my romance novels. So we have Nalini Singh, a lot of Nalini Singh. You can tell who my favorite author is. We have the Sarah J. Maas, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, series. Mostly, they're not like a favorite or anything. They just happen to, that's where they go because they are kind of romance. But can we talk about why every spine is not the same? That's just a pet peeve. It really bothers me. And then I have a couple of J.R. Ward books over there, which I have not managed to get the rest of them just because I just don't want to commit to buying the whole series, but they're up there as well. Shelf 2 is kind of a mix and match, but it's got a little bit more of a heavy classical leaning. So we have like the Little Women's, the Sun Tzus. We have a few other like traditional, just common books that are out now. Then I have all my Penguins, which is much more Penguins up, in my parents' house. These are just the ones that I've chosen to take because I'm up and down so much. I want things in both locations, and some other little fun books. And then to be honest, the next shelf is completely all work-related and education books from, back in the day that I still use, like reference books, essentially. I have all my cookbooks down here, which these are just the cookbooks that I choose to bring down here and use regularly. I have tons more up, up with my parents as well. These are just ones that I'm actively working through. You got the classics like The Good Housekeeping and Martha Stewart. So I leave my cookbooks here so they don't get dirty in the kitchen, and I don't have storage in my kitchen for that. And then at the bottom are all my language books. So from previously studying languages or things from school or things that I'm currently working on. So I kind of use this as a big storage area. As you can see, I have plenty of room to grow. I've just not brought a bunch of my books down yet because, to be honest with you, that's a lot of effort. And I'm up and down a lot. So this is kind of nicely, neat, easy to contain. And yeah, so that's just my little bookshelf. Unfortunately, it is right behind me when I'm in meetings. So people like to ask what books I got on my bookshelf. And now and then they'll be like, oh, what's on the top shelf? And I'm just like, oh, books, don't worry. Don't need to talk about that with my coworkers at all. But that's pretty much what's on my bookshelf right now. I am not a huge book buyer, to be honest with you. I am a book borrower. I spend a lot of time at the library. Right now I don't have any because I've returned them all. But yeah, I am not someone who really keeps a lot of books, to be completely honest with you. I don't want to spend my money on that. That's just personal preference. I read a ton. I just don't buy a ton. So yeah, that was just my really quick bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed, or maybe there's a book that you're curious to check out. But yeah, so during the day it's a little less cozy and cute, but we make it work. She's functional. She does what she needs to do, and we can't complain. So I'll see you guys soon in the next video, which I'm not sure what it's going to be just yet. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and take care of yourselves. Bye.